Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? It's going to be a really special evening, and I want to thank Maggie for putting this all together. She has curated this and also so many other things that help Chattanooga local musicians, and the work that she does behind the scenes is amazing, and so much goes into it. She puts her heart and soul into everything, and I really want to thank Maggie. Also, Sydney, I want to thank, wherever she went, is the executive director of Be the Change Youth Initiative, and some of what I'm going to talk about tonight that directly aligns with and leaving the world better for those that are coming up after us. And I also want to thank Mr. Taylor Brown from the Chattanooga Symphony Orchestra, who's going to be playing upright bass. Taylor and I have been playing for a little under a year. We started playing together last fall, and we met at the Bluegrass Jam on the Tuesday nights and met organically and started playing together. We formed the Blake Worthington String Band, which is more high-energy, upright bluegrass music than somewhat than what I'm going to be playing tonight. This is more singer-songwriter focused and some songs and ideas that I've dealt with as an artist, different parts of my life that have been inspired by art, and this amazing piece of art behind me, which we will get to in just a little bit. So this first song that I'm going to sing, perform for you, is called Wouldn't Be Here Now. And I wrote this song the week after Todd Snyder passed away. And for those of you that don't know Todd Snyder, he was a Nashville songwriter, a true troubadour songwriter, writing about lived life experiences, somebody that I looked up to a lot as a songwriter. And I lived in Nashville for a while and was always impressed with the way he was doing things. You know, it wasn't about anything. It wasn't about fame, fortune, or anything like that. It was something that was coming from his soul, and something that he was able to give us through songs. So this song's not necessarily about him, and it's not necessarily about me either, but it is about life, and it's about looking back and having, times to reflect on different areas of your life where you might have thought a certain way. You might have thought that everything was figured out. You might have thought one trajectory, and then as you get older or get in a different circumstance, you realize that it's okay to change your mind and think differently about that. And so if I, knew everything and knew all of the answers, then I definitely wouldn't be here now, and that's what this song's about. Was an old man who's older now, that's how the story goes. Sat across from me in his old hat, his worn and musty clothes. I was a young man, I'm younger now, at least in what I know. Was a big shot with big ideas and a young ambitious hope. But if I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. If I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. I said life, it's for living. What you put in, it's what you're getting. What's due to you is what comes to you. No one can take it away. He said life, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. It comes and goes and it ebbs and flows, and it's got nothing to do with you. But if I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. If I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. Could be picked up off the street and locked up in the pen. Could have a big house with an iron gate behind bars. Either way, you gotta eat when you're hungry and not just when you're fed. Gotta get fixed when you're broken, not when the company says If I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. If I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. Yeah, we're all the same, every one of us, no matter what you think. And I've got a lot of work to do, I've got nothing figured out. But if I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. If I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. If I knew what to say then I wouldn't be here now. Thank you all. So now we're moving closer to this piece that's behind me and the inspiration that came from it. This piece is called Listening with My Feet. And as soon as I walked into Stoveworks the night that this exhibit opened, we came and we were tasked with finding a piece that resonated with us. And I saw this from over there in this purple wall, and I saw this object that, it wasn't a painting, it wasn't, I really didn't know what it was at that point, but it looked like it was moving, it looked like it was kind of calling towards me, to me, and when I got up close to it, I had a emotional feeling from a piece of art, which is, I think, what art's for, but I hadn't had that a whole lot in my life, and so it was something that I hadn't really felt. But it made me think about a time that I received a phone call, and it was a couple of years ago, and found out that a good friend of mine had passed away, and he was my college roommate, so I lived with him for 3 or 4 years. It was a guy that, I would wake up and eat breakfast with, and then at 2 o'clock in the morning, we would eat dinner and go to bed and talk about our days and spend a lot of time for 3 or 4 years, almost every day, and I don't know why, but this piece made me think about that, and it brought me back to a song that I had written when I was trying to reconcile with those thoughts and the way that I felt, the way that, losing someone like that, who I hadn't talked to in a while. We had gone our different ways. He had moved to Ohio, had a family, wife and kids, and I have a wife and kid, and we were similar trajectories of life. And so kind of putting myself in his shoes, it was, a lot to take in, and I hadn't dealt with it before. So the song is kind of a reaction to that, about if I could have maybe talked to him again, or had, another conversation, that what would we have talked about? What would we have caught up on? So this song's called Talk to Ghost. I can't lie, I had no idea what it felt like to be you. I won't deny you had every right to speak what was on your mind. This house is haunted, I'm sure you know, but I still feel alone. And leaves are falling down, it's getting colder every day. should know by now this is what it's like to talk to ghosts. The city's getting taller, it's lost its soul, and all our favorite places have closed. It's never easy, but I still try to see the light on the other side. Rest in peace while the rest of us pick up the pieces. Leaves are falling down, it's getting colder every day. And I should know by now that this is what it's like talk to ghosts. Yeah, this is what it's like to talk to ghosts. So when I saw this piece, I was reminded of that memory. And then I kept looking at the piece. So to me, when I look at this, it looks like there's a lot of little sections that are kind of their complete thing. And they're their own complete story, but they branch out and they keep going and they become something bigger and they become something even greater than just that. And I kind of feel that if we just left this piece here, you could imagine that it would keep growing and keep turning into something else. And then something bigger than all of us, it would just never end. And so that was my reaction. And I started thinking about, I didn't know that I needed to work through that again. I thought that that was the end of the conversation that I needed to have. But then I really started thinking about, after certain sections of your life are done, or you're, living through certain circumstances that end and they kind of make you who you are, or a new iteration of yourselves. And even bigger than that, when I'm not here anymore, and what is the conversations that I'm having or the impact that I'm having going to benefit those that are coming up next? Or is it, going to be a negative impact or a positive impact? All of those things are circling my mind. So I wrote this song, this next one that I'm going to sing, and it's really a song of hope. It's a song of, taking charge of the way that we live our lives, the people that we meet. You never know the impact that you're going to have, or that one conversation you're going to have, and how it can truly change the trajectory of additional people, and it keeps going. So there's no real end. Life is always going to be there. It's always going to be something, even after we're gone, and want to make sure that I'm living my life in a way that benefits others. And we'll sing the song. silent symphony. It's playing under my feet. And the birds in the trees singing a secret key. How many songs have these stones listened to? How many voices have screamed to the moon? 'Cause one day I will disappear. One day I will disappear. Life keeps on moving. Life keeps on. Comfort in knowing it's not the end. When we shed our skin, new life will begin. While I'm here, I will sing along and leave my best behind to build upon. One day I will disappear. One day I will disappear. But life keeps on moving. Life keeps on. There's no end, just the in-between. 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 Life keeps on moving. Life keeps on. Thank you all so much.